Welcome back to our channel Rare Coins Hub. In today's video, we're going to explore something really interesting and exciting. So, if you want to find out what you'll learn by staying with us till the end, make sure to watch the whole video. Stay with us and don't forget to like and subscribe. Let's get started. The 1972 Kennedy $50 is a coin that holds a special place in the hearts of collectors and history enthusiasts alike. It's a coin that many of us are familiar with, thanks to its enduring legacy and the famous figure it honors, President John F. Kennedy. However, like many coins in the world of numismatics, the 1972 Kennedy $50 holds secrets that make it far more valuable than its face value of 50 cents. With a current value that can reach as high as $145,000, the 1972 Kennedy $50 is a remarkable example of how a coin can grow in value over time, often due to factors like its historical significance, its minting details, and the rarity of certain versions. If you're interested in learning more about this iconic coin and the reasons behind its impressive market value, you've come to the right place. Let's begin by taking a step back in time to the early 1960s, a pivotal era in American history. The nation was still reeling from the shocking assassination of President John F. Kennedy in 1963. In the wake of his death, there was a collective desire to honor the memory of the fallen leader, who had inspired millions with his vision for a brighter future for America. As a way to pay tribute to Kennedy, the U.S. Mint decided to create a coin that would feature his likeness. The Kennedy $50 was born, first minted in 1964, just months after Kennedy's assassination. The coin became an immediate symbol of the nation's mourning and its respect for the president's legacy. Fast forward to 1972. By this time, the Kennedy $50 had been in circulation for nearly a decade, and it had become an integral part of American currency. However, in 1972, a few unique factors came into play that would make this year's edition of the coin especially interesting to collectors. First, let's take a look at the design of the 1972 Kennedy $50. The obverse front of the 1972 Kennedy $50 features a portrait of President John F. Kennedy, which was designed by the artist Gilroy. This iconic image was based on a photograph of Kennedy taken in 1961. The design captures Kennedy's dignified and determined expression, making it one of the most recognizable presidential portraits in American coinage history. Surrounding the portrait are the inscriptions, "Liberty, in God We Trust," and the year of minting, 1972. Above Kennedy's head is the inscription, "Liberty," which has appeared on U.S. coins for centuries and represents the core value of freedom that the nation holds dear. On the reverse, back, of the coin, we see a striking design by artist Gasparro. The reverse features the United States' national symbol, the eagle, clutching an olive branch in one talon and a bundle of arrows in the other. The eagle is framed by the inscriptions, "United States of America, e pluribus unum," and $50. The design conveys strength, unity, and the enduring power of the American people. While the reverse design has remained largely the same since the Kennedy $50 was first introduced in 1964, it continues to serve as a powerful reminder of America's ideals. Now, let's delve into the minting details of the 1972 Kennedy $50. The coin was struck at multiple U.S. mint facilities, including the Philadelphia Mint, the Denver Mint, and the San Francisco Mint. The coins produced in 1972, like most of the Kennedy $50 from that era, were made from a composition of 75% copper and 25% nickel. This metal combination gives the coin its familiar appearance and durability. However, the 1972 coins were not made for circulation in the same way as other coins. By the early 1970s, the Kennedy $50 was no longer being used in everyday transactions as frequently as it once had been. Instead, it had become more of a collector's item, with many coins being struck for collectors in proof and uncirculated sets. The 1972 Kennedy $50 was released to the public in large quantities, and many of them entered general circulation. However, for those who kept their eyes on the coin market, it was clear that certain versions of the 1972 coin, specifically, those with minting errors or in uncirculated condition, could become valuable over time. Coin collectors, also known as numismatists, are always on the lookout for rare versions of coins, and the 1972 Kennedy half-dollar is no exception. There are a few key factors that make certain 1972 Kennedy half-dollars more valuable than others, including the coin's condition, its minting errors, and its rarity. One of the primary factors that affect the value of a coin is its condition. Coin grading is a critical element in determining a coin's market price. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with higher numbers indicating better condition. Coins in the highest grades, those in pristine, uncirculated condition, are the most sought after by collectors. The 1972 Kennedy half-dollar, in particular, has been highly prized by collectors due to its clean design and the fact that it was minted during a period when coins were being produced in high numbers but were not always well preserved. Therefore, a 1972 Kennedy half-dollar that has remained in near-perfect condition is an extremely valuable find. The grading process takes into account various factors, including the coin's sharpness, its luster, and the level of wear on its surfaces. For a coin to be graded as mint state or proof-like, it must show no signs of wear, and the details on the coin must be sharp and well-defined. When you find a 1972 Kennedy half-dollar in this condition, you can expect it to fetch a significant amount on the market. Another factor that can increase the value of the 1972 Kennedy half-dollar is the presence of mint errors. A mint error occurs when something goes wrong during the production of the coin, resulting in a mistake that is not typical for most coins. These errors can make a coin more valuable because they are rare and unique. For example, a 1972 Kennedy half-dollar with a double die error, where the design is struck more than once, can be worth far more than a regular, error-free coin. Other types of mint errors that can occur include off-center strikes, where the design is misaligned, or coins that are struck on incorrect planchets, the metal discs used to create the coins. These types of errors add a level of intrigue to the coin and make it highly desirable among collectors. Finally, let's talk about the value of the 1972 Kennedy half-dollar in today's market. As of now, the value of this coin can vary significantly depending on its condition and any potential mint errors. For example, a well-preserved 1972 Kennedy half-dollar in mint state, MS, or proof-like condition can be worth hundreds, even thousands, of dollars. In fact, certain versions of the coin have sold for as much as $145,000 at auction, especially those with rare mint errors or those that have been graded as near-perfect specimens. It's not uncommon for a coin with a particularly rare error to fetch these kinds of prices, particularly when it's sold to a buyer who is willing to pay a premium for a unique addition to their collection. The 1972 Kennedy half-dollar serves as a reminder of the enduring legacy of John F. Kennedy, the 35th President of the United States, and the impact he had on the nation during his presidency. His image on the coin immortalizes his leadership, his vision, and his place in American history. But beyond its historical significance, the 1972 Kennedy half-dollar is a valuable coin for collectors who appreciate the artistry, craftsmanship, and unique qualities that make it stand out. Whether you're a numismatist looking for a valuable coin to add to your collection or a casual coin collector hoping to find a hidden treasure in your pocket change, the 1972 Kennedy half-dollar is a coin that holds great potential. In conclusion, the 1972 Kennedy half-dollar is a remarkable piece of American numismatic history, with a legacy that stretches back to the 1960s. Its design, history, and minting details make it a fascinating subject for collectors and history buffs alike. Thanks to its distinctive features, scarcity, and potential for errors, the 1972 Kennedy half-dollar is a coin that continues to captivate collectors and fetch high prices in today's market. If you happen to come across one of these coins, take a closer look. You might be holding a piece of history that could be worth far more than you ever imagined. The 1976 Kennedy half-dollar is a coin that encapsulates a significant moment in American history, not just because of the year it was minted but also because of the powerful symbolism behind it. In 1976, the United States was celebrating its bicentennial, marking 200 years since the signing of the Declaration of Independence. To commemorate this momentous occasion, the U.S. Mint produced a special version of the Kennedy half-dollar, one that would forever link the legacy of President John F. Kennedy with the national pride and historical importance of the bicentennial year. Today, this coin has become one of the most sought-after collectibles in American numismatics, with certain versions now valued at an astounding $135,000. Let's start with a bit of historical context. The 1976 Kennedy half-dollar was not the first coin to mark a bicentennial. In fact, the U.S. Mint had already started to plan the design of various coins for the occasion, including a special quarter and dollar coin. However, the Kennedy half-dollar would take on a special role in the celebrations, due to its connection to the late President John F. Kennedy, whose untimely death had left a lasting imprint on American society. Kennedy's legacy continued to be a beacon of hope, inspiration, and patriotism, which made his image on the coin a natural fit for a commemoration of the United States' 200th birthday. In 1975, the U.S. Mint began working on the design for the bicentennial coinage series. For the Kennedy half-dollar, a new reverse design was created to celebrate the 200th anniversary of the United States. The obverse, front, of the coin, however, would remain unchanged. The famous image of President John F. Kennedy, designed by Gilroy would continue to adorn the front of the coin, serving as a constant reminder of the idealism and leadership that defined the Kennedy administration. On the reverse, however, a significant change was introduced. The eagle that had graced the reverse side of the Kennedy half-dollar since its introduction in 1964 was replaced by a new design by Frank Gasparro, the chief engraver of the U.S. Mint. This new reverse design featured a colonial drummer, a symbol of American patriotism and the revolutionary spirit of the 18th century. The drummer, depicted in a bold, dynamic pose, was a nod to the country's founding and the fight for independence. Surrounding the figure were the words, United States of America, e pluribus unum, and bicentennial, along with the year 1776 to 1976, to mark the 200th anniversary of the country's independence. The change in the reverse design was a major step for the Kennedy half-dollar, which had previously featured a more traditional image of the eagle. The decision to switch up the reverse was part of the broader bicentennial celebration, which saw numerous coins released with updated designs to mark the occasion. The new reverse design made the 1976 Kennedy half-dollar stand out from the regular issues of the coin and gave it an added layer of historical significance. Now let's discuss the minting details. The 1976 Kennedy half-dollar was minted in large quantities, as it was part of the official coinage series for the bicentennial year. In fact, this coin was produced in such high numbers that it became relatively easy for collectors to acquire one. However, there is a distinction between the different types of the 1976 Kennedy half-dollar, and it is these variations that help determine the coin's value. The 1976 Kennedy half-dollar was struck at 3 different mints: the Philadelphia Mint, the Denver Mint, and the San Francisco Mint. As is common with many U.S. coins, each mint produced its own version of the coin, and each mint mark, represented by a small letter on the coin, denotes where the coin was made. Coins produced at the Philadelphia Mint are not marked with a mint mark, while those from Denver bear a D mint mark, and those from San Francisco are marked with an S. One of the key differences that collectors look for when evaluating the value of a 1976 Kennedy half-dollar is whether the coin was produced for circulation or as part of a special set. Coins made for circulation were minted in massive quantities and often show signs of wear, which can lower their value. However, special sets, such as proof sets or uncirculated coin sets, were produced in much smaller numbers and have higher quality finishes. These coins were specifically made for collectors, and they often fetch much higher prices on the market. Another important factor to consider is the composition of the 1976 Kennedy half-dollar. While most of the Kennedy half-dollars struck from 1965 to 1970 were made from 40% silver, the 1976 coins were made of a copper-nickel-clad composition. This means that they are not as valuable in terms of their intrinsic metal content, but their rarity and historical significance more than make up for this. Many collectors value these coins not just for their silver content but for the historical connection they have to the bicentennial celebrations and the legacy of President Kennedy. When it comes to the 1976 Kennedy half-dollar's appeal to collectors, there are a few different factors that contribute to its desirability. For one, the coin marks a very specific and memorable event in American history, the bicentennial. The bicentennial celebrations were a national moment of pride, and anything connected to this event tends to carry additional sentimental and historical value. The 1976 Kennedy half-dollar, especially in higher grades and with minting errors, has been a coin that many collectors have sought to add to their collections. Another factor contributing to the coin's appeal is the fact that the Kennedy half-dollar itself has long been a beloved series in American coinage. Since its inception in 1964, the Kennedy half-dollar has been a symbol of respect for President John F. Kennedy and his legacy. The coin's connection to Kennedy is particularly significant, given the tragic and untimely nature of his death. The Kennedy half-dollar is a lasting tribute to a president who, for many, represented the ideals of hope, change, and progress. For those who admire Kennedy's legacy, owning a piece of this tribute is a meaningful act. Now, let's talk about the big reveal, the current value of the 1976 Kennedy half-dollar. As you might expect, the value of this coin depends on a number of factors, including its condition, mint mark, and any minting errors it may contain. While most circulated 1976 Kennedy half-dollars are worth only face value, 50 cents, certain versions of the coin have seen their market value skyrocket in recent years. Coins that are in pristine, uncirculated condition or those that have been graded as proof coins by professional grading services can fetch much higher prices. Some of the rarest and most sought-after versions of the 1976 Kennedy half-dollar have sold for as much as $135,000 at auction, especially when they are in top-grade condition or feature notable mint errors, such as double strikes or misprints. The high value of the 1976 Kennedy half-dollar underscores the importance of keeping a close eye on the coin market. Collectors who are aware of the potential for these coins to appreciate in value over time have been known to pay top dollar for rare examples. It's not just the bicentennial theme or the Kennedy connection that drives the demand, it's also the excitement that comes with owning a coin that carries historical significance and scarcity. If you happen to come across a 1976 Kennedy half-dollar in your pocket change or in your collection, it's worth taking a moment to evaluate its condition and determine whether it could be a valuable find. Even in its more common forms, the coin remains a significant piece of American numismatic history. However, if you happen to find one in pristine condition, especially a version with a rare minting error, you could be holding a coin worth a small fortune. In conclusion, the 1976 Kennedy half-dollar is a coin that holds both historical and numismatic value. It commemorates a landmark year in American history, the bicentennial, while also serving as a lasting tribute to President John F. Kennedy. Whether you're a seasoned collector or a casual enthusiast, this coin has an undeniable appeal. Its striking design, minting details, and the unique place it holds in American coinage make it a sought-after treasure. And for those lucky enough to own one in exceptional condition, the current value of up to $135,000 is a testament to just how much this iconic coin has come to mean to collectors and investors alike. So, the next time you come across a 1976 Kennedy half-dollar, take a moment to appreciate its significance, and who knows, you might just be holding a piece of history worth far more than you ever imagined.